And here's Anunoby. He's off on the layup. Now here's Castle. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
And you see how fluid Wembanyama is. 7'5" guys shouldn't be able to move like this.
Back to Bridges. Pass to Towns. Now here's Bridges. Off target with the three. Castle on the wing. Champagnie. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And they may have talked about shot selection coming into this.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Mitch Johnson. I asked Coach about Jalen Brunson's game and what stood out the most to him. He replied, I'd say his toughness as well as his leadership. His teammates rally behind him, and that's why we've got to bring that same kind of intensity to guarding him tonight. Containing Brunson won't be easy, but let's see if they're up for it. Yeah?
All right, Allie, thanks once again. Pass to Vassell. Here's Champagnie. Wembanyama screen to the inside. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
This small advantage is starting to snowball.
And one thing about this league we know, momentum can change in an instant.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. The Knicks making a switch here. Knicks trail by 8. Pass to Yabusele. Out to Bridges. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And here's Sochan. San Antonio moving the ball around. From deep, Harper. Pulls it in. And New York has possession. They need this. And Brunson with the lay-in.
Inside Brunson is pretty deadly, just dropping his shot in.
Here's McLaughlin. To the paint. 6 to shoot. Picked up by Sochan. Spurs need to get one up here. Pass to McLaughlin. And they turn it over. Shot clock violation as the buzzer sounds. And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for the Knicks. They trail by 6. Tries a 10-footer. And he hits the jumper.
The lefty getting it to go. Jalen Brunson once again.
"19 seconds left now in the first quarter. Here's McLaughlin. Yet to see a basket.
And you can't leave the basket unprotected. Bad things will happen to you.
Yeah, that was just way too easy.
And now this offense feels like they can just do whatever they want.
And so it's San Antonio with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. And it's mostly due to their superb shooting. They've wasted very few possessions. We'll be back in a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Spurs.
Ever since this game started, they've been attacking on the inside, looking for ways to bust up the defense and get high percentage looks.
Spurs lead by 6. Castle with it. Pass to Wembanyama. The Knicks with the rebound. And Grant, offensively, Wemby has a lot of different options. Talk about his game.
Well, put simply, we've never seen a 7-footer with this array of skills. He's an efficient shooter from anywhere, and the length to just about ignore defenders. I mean, he's got it all.
Wembanyama hammers it down.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
Towns looking for an opening. That's tipped. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. On up the court. Back to Castle. To the middle. Here's Towns. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair.
And no matter what the chatter is out there, all Big Cat does is produce on a nightly basis.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. He's going to take a moment to give him a breather and talk things over. The Knicks making a change here. Tim, so many different offensive systems in the NBA. You have a personal favorite to watch?
Yeah, I think I've got a soft spot in my heart for those systems that involve player movement and ball movement, particularly trying to get shooters looks off of screens.
I love the .5 offenses, in and out of the hands, moving the ball fast.
No doubt about it, very difficult to defend.
Well, Grant, the 2025 season was sort of a return to form for Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah, B.A., he just seemed more comfortable out there, right? Getting back to what his numbers used to look like and just playing with reckless abandon.
He hits the second from the line. And the Spurs willing to be patient with this rebuild, but when De'Aaron Fox became available, Grant, they did not blink.
Yeah, he's just too dynamic to pass up and still young enough to grow with their core. Now it's about making the pieces click.
Right side, Brunson. Down low. And it's powered home by Towns.
Yeah, going right for the iron. Towns muscling his way through.
Now Castle. Pass to Champagny. Ooh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was prime time stuff right there. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Hey guys, Josh Hart is great at moving off ball, and he said in today's league, cutting and making a layup is considered boring. Everyone wants ISO. Some of the fundamentals and beauty of the game are lost. For me, it's a feel. If you see the back of your defender's head, try to make a cut. PA?
Thank you, Allie. And here's Castle. Outside Wembanyama. Clock at 6. Pass to Champagny. From behind the arc. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. The three. Towns making his mark from long range.
Oh, the big man is smooth from range. Have to put a man on Towns, that's for sure. You gotta love his unselfishness, and you know his coach does as well.
His willingness to share the ball elevates this offense.
Here's Brunson. Here's Bridges. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. And Wembanyama has the ball here for the Spurs. Castle, right side. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
How about Castle? He'll take any chance he gets to finish with power.
And so Mike Brown decides to call a timeout. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys, maybe alter some of the game plan. Unable to get the ball in bounds, and they got called for a 5-second violation.
You have to limit mistakes. They're so tough to overcome.
Well, that's the kind of play that can earn you a spot on the bench.
To the inside.
A little raw skill-wise, but Sohan has that rare physical traits and a tremendous upside.
Bridges. And there's the call on Jeremy Sohan. That's his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Anunoby. And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair. And for all the optimism, Grant, the Spurs having to navigate some tough seas with health challenges.
Yeah, the legendary Greg Popovich moving to a front office role. Then Wemby suffering a blood clot too. Some trying times, but this team's foundation of togetherness has helped. And give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, they have just found the better looks, and they are capitalizing.
And the shot goes down.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
San Antonio leading by 10. 27 seconds left in the first half. To the paint. San Antonio moving the ball around. Here's Cornette. The Knicks with the rebound. Here's Bridges. And And it's Bridges with the jam.
Oh, come on, B.A. I mean, where's the defense? That's just too easy.
Yeah, they got to do a much better job in help.
That's the kind of play that can spark a run. A dunk like that energizes everyone on the team.
And so the San Antonio Spurs ending the quarter up 10. Their key to consistency has been their dominance in the paint. They've been the more physical team. Back after this. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. And stolen by Brunson. To the middle. Here's Towns. Towns drops the hammer.
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
What a great sequence. You've got to love the effort. That's big time. Well, he is really filling it up, but also keeping others involved.
Kicks it out, Towns. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Towns has gotten 4 this quarter. There are some big-time players in this league. But who do you think the most clutch players have been over the past decade, Legs?
When you look at these resumes, I think you go with the big 3, LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. But, of course, Giannis dropping 50 in a finals performance wasn't bad either.
And I'll throw in the Joker in there as well.
Love it.
Towns coming in. And it's Towns with the power finish.
And what a luxury to have a big man who can score like Towns. He's been unstoppable here.
Brunson with it. Castle covering. Yep, that one goes. And that's now 8 points for Jalen Brunson.
And that's all the result of some good defensive awareness.
Now here's Wembanyama. He's got 10. Champagnie, that's good.
Well, those are the ones you're happy to get every trip down the floor if you can.
Inside. Here's Bridges. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. It goes on Stephon Castle.
You love the assertiveness Bridges plays with, accepting contact while he's trying to score.
And here's the timeout from Mitch Johnson now. He's going to talk it over with his guys. That's good from Bridges. He makes 1 of 2 that time. It's stolen by Hart. Johnson with the defensive effort. Spurs lead by 8. Wembanyama up top. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done. Woo!
Outside Hart. Outside Brunson. New York again can't hit. They've done a great job of moving the ball tonight.
Yeah, B.A. Keeping everybody involved keeps everyone engaged.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
talent evaluators first laid eyes on Victor Wembanyama when he was 15 years old, playing on a youth team in France. At that point, the franchise was enjoying its 22nd straight winning season, but the opportunity to just maybe draft a prospect like Wemby gave them the impetus to rebuild. Guys?
Okay, Allie, thanks for the report. And here's Vassell from the arc. Gets the three to fall. Vassell's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three.
Everything is dropping for them. Just a terrific third period run.
Well, whatever they talked about at halftime, it's working now.
And it's Kelly Olynyk with the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Pass to Anunoby. Just 5 to shoot. New York needs to get off a shot here. Here's Bridges. And no good. The dry spell continues. Castle with it. And it's Anunoby picking him up. Castle left side. Now here's Johnson. Covered by Towns. To the paint. Here's Wembanyama. Oh! Wembanyama throws it down.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
And they just keep building out this lead. With each made basket, their confidence increases.
Knicks trail by 17. There's 57 seconds left in the third quarter. Down low. Here's Robinson. Rebound by Olynyk. On offense, here are the Spurs. They're on a 16-7 run. Here's McLaughlin. It's hauled in by Robinson.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Outside McBride. Pass to Yabusele. Now here's Hart. Back to Yabusele. And Yabusele slams it in.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team.
So assertive on the take. Sochan is relentless when he sees a lane open up.
Hits a three-pointer.
3 points.
And it's Sochan off the drive. And so the San Antonio Spurs up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. They put in work.
The Knicks, 34.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Yabusele outside. Three-pointer. Out of bounds. It'll be Spurs ball.
Those are the type of turnovers that kill you. Just an unforced error.
Spurs lead by 14. Here's McLaughlin. Bryant outside. Pass to McLaughlin. Sochan outside. Clock is at 3. From deep, Harper. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Here's Clarkson. That's in. Coming off an assist from Towns.
Assist goes.
Clarkson's got his first bucket in this one.
Good maneuver to get inside. Clarkson is sneaky.
Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Up top, Johnson. Pass to Sochan. Fires the three. Clarkson grabs a miss. Knicks trail by 12. And now we've got an intentional foul.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
So both teams making some changes here. And so it's Mitch Johnson here calling timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. And Tim, 1 year you shot over 50% from the field and from three-point range, not to mention over 80% from the free throw line. You think we'll ever see that again?
Well, Brian, I think the 50% from the three could be more difficult because the volume is now so high. I'm not sure they're as selective in their shot attempts, which means your percentages naturally come down a bit.
So 3 for 6 is not going to be an option for a great shooter?
Don't think so. 3 for 6 is usually the first quarter for a lot of these guys.
Barnes feeling it out a bit. To the middle. Kornet with the bucket. And the Spurs lead by 12.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
New York making a switch here.
Team foul.
Here's Towns.
New York substitution. OG Anunoby. Mikal Bridges.
Now Brunson for 3. Yes, sir! Brunson for 3.
Pretty much the second Brunson gets the ball, he's into motion, and that's how it's done.
Now Barnes puts up the tray. The 3 is in.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth, it is really competitive out there.
Nice positioning and footwork on point. And Towns so smooth down there inside.
Castle. Brunson pulls it down.
Practically a block. Good, strong challenge.
He didn't quite get a hand on it, but he did enough to affect the miss. Well, that's not great shot selection right there, but you'll take anything that goes in.
They've got time on their side here, Grant.
And if they're smart, they'll milk the clock a little.
Here's Castle. 6 on the shot clock. He fires from 18. Oh, it's off. Knicks trail by 8. And they go to the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Third team foul.
Outside Anunoby. Now Bridges. Shot clock at 6. Towns. Castle pulls it down.
And that leaves his coach scratching his head because you can't get a better look than that.
Oh, the man's an artist. What a throwdown by Victor.
There were questions about Wembanyama's strength coming into the league. No problem with the contact here.
Now Bridges. Got a piece of it. 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Nothing left to do but to watch the clock tick towards 0. Nice victory here for the Spurs.
They made a point to get some good looks.
Yes, they were able to pound the ball inside. I love it.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Victor Wembanyama.
Yeah, I mean, he was a force on the glass. Just incredible effort.
Oh, rejected by Wembanyama. Towns!
With his length and energy, Wembanyama has the ability to be a game-changing defender.
Substitution on court.
Just 4 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
Spurs ball.
And they've been moving the ball really well tonight.
Good things come to those who take good shots.
So we see the Spurs taking the W here. A clean win, and one where they clearly showed better energy.
Yes, so true. They put on a show here at home, and I really think they had that extra swagger and confidence too.
And that'll wrap it up, folks, with Tim Legler, Alex.